second angle of a triangle is 4 times as large as the first, and the third angle is 5 degrees more than the sum of the other two angles. Find the measure of the second angle. Hopefully there's an obvious first step after reading the problem on what to draw here. I'm going to draw a triangle. We're talking about triangles here. This does not take long, and it really will help you think through the problem. Over and over again, I'll have a third to a half the students that will not draw a triangle on this problem if I put it on a test. I can look at the test and see they don't draw a triangle. Most of them end up missing it. Draw a triangle. It'll help you think through these. If I'm talking about a circle, draw a circle and start labeling it. It'll just help you problem solve. Helps you think. Okay, so let's label these angles. In this case, I don't really care about the size of the angles. I can kind of ignore that for now. Okay, so the second angle of the triangle is 4 times the first. Third is 5 more than the sum of the other two. So we don't know anything about the first angle, do we? And that's usually where I start. Where do I start with my unknown? I'm going to call that an x. We have no knowledge about that angle. Okay, now the second angle is 4 times the first. So we can call this one what? 4x. Good. The third angle is 5 degrees more than the sum of these two. So the sum means what? Means the add. So I'm going to say x plus 4x. But it's not just the sum of those two. It's 5 degrees more than the sum of those two. So 5 degrees more is just x plus 4x plus 5. That's the third one. And we're trying to find this one. So maybe I'll put a box around. I want to find that second angle. Okay, so I'm kind of missing a piece of the puzzle here, aren't I? I mean, how do these angles connect? In the past, I've had maybe a given perimeter around a rectangle. I've had maybe a wire that's been a certain distance or running a certain distance. In this one, I don't have that total, but I do. There's something that's known about the sum of the measures of any triangles, angles, and that is the sum will be 180 degrees. So that's just something that you have to know, something you need to memorize. Okay, so with that in mind, we know that x plus 4x plus, now we could go ahead and combine these, right? X plus 4x is what? It's 5x. 5x plus 5 is 180. So again, this was angle 1, 4x is angle 2, and 5x plus 5 was angle 3. And this is my total. It'll always be the total for the sum of the angles. Now combine like terms and solve. So x plus 4x is 5x plus 5x is 10x. I'll show this step here. Equals 180. Now subtract 5 from both sides. Hopefully this is the easier part of the problem. So 10x equals 175. One more step. Divide by 10. So I'm going to get x is 17.5, and that's degrees. So our first angle is 17.5 degrees. We can label that if we want to. But we want to know, find the measure of the second angle. So a lot of students will stop here, circle this answer, and move on, but always kind of read it. It's oftentimes in the very last part of the problem or the very first part of the problem. In this case, right here, this is what we're looking for. Find the measure of the second angle. So x is 17.5. We need to find what? 4 times x. So we need to find what is 17.5 times 4. So 0, 2, 28, 30, 70. So the measure of the second angle is 70 degrees. You may not be able to see that, so I'll write it right up here. So the second angle is 70 degrees. Now you can certainly find the third angle by plugging it in here. Or you could add up these two and subtract from 180. Either way works. So here was the answer to this equation, to this question. Find the measure of the second angle, 70 degrees.